I'm your host for this episode. My name is Diana. So, as you can tell by the background behind me, we're going to be keeping it light and simple today. We're going to be talking about coffee. We're going to go over fun stuff, favorite beverages, local coffee shops, and even coffee alternatives. But we're ultimately going to use that as a segue to go into a topic that we actually really care about, something we think is important. And we're going to be talking about the importance of supporting local businesses. So if you want to know more about that stuff, how it stimulates the local economy and things of that sort, you're really in for a treat. While you're at it, you should comment down below your favorite coffee drink, your favorite coffee order. So with that being said, G's going to hit it with the intro and we'll see you in a second. Okay, good. Hi everybody, welcome. Okay. Hi everybody, welcome. I was a little nervous right there, but I hope you guys bear with me. So we're gonna start off here like we do traditionally. So I guess with intro, if you're new here, welcome. If you've been here for the past few episodes, thank you for coming back again. And we hope you stay tuned because we have a gift card giveaway to a local coffee shop. It's Catahoula Coffee. Can I see the gift card? So Anselmo has this gift card right here. So if we see a local coffee shop we've never heard of, or if you give a really good drink recommendation, you'll be the winner of this gift card right here. So I'm gonna pass it over to Anselmo. Go ahead.
Hey, hello everybody. It's Anselmo here. That was a beautiful monologue intro that Diana put together there, smooth and flawless. I think we're getting better and better by the episode. So I'm excited to talk about coffee. I did pick up this gift card, and all you got to do to get this is participate in the comment section and tune in, like, and subscribe. We're going to pick somebody to give this away today.
Yep. And get on camera. Put me on camera, Marco. There we go.
There we go.
Yeah, welcome. Thank you, Diana, for that insightful monologue. So, I am not a coffee drinker. I have about zero knowledge when it comes to drinking coffee. So I am anxious to hear the differences in coffee. And I did a little bit of research when it comes to the benefits of coffee, which I found a little bit, interesting. Did I say interesting twice? I think I did. It's that interesting. And we also have off camera my boy, the one and only Gio.
How's it going, guys?
It's going. How was your day, man?
It was good. Went to work here today. I've been excited about it all day. I've been thinking about it, a little nervous, but yeah, we're here.
Yeah, I guess it's Gio's first time, even though, the way that he is, he's just super, he's a personable person. So I think he'd be a duck in water at this kind of thing. So what's up, D? What's going on? What we got going on today?
Well, today we're going to be talking about, let's start off light, like we mentioned, light and simple. Cool. Why do you guys think coffee is such a popular, thing? Why do you think people love it so much? If you didn't notice, like for everyone that follows us on our Instagram page, Lady thoughtfully put out a poll for this episode. And, she wanted to know if people drink coffee or not. And overwhelmingly, 81% of everyone that took the poll loves coffee. So I wanted to ask everyone here, why is it that you do or you don't drink coffee?
Well, I think it's an acquired taste, to be honest. As a younger guy, when I was a kid, I would always think like coffee and beer. You know, once you start drinking beer and coffee, like you're old.
What do you mean together?
Man, you're
beer
like,
and coffee together?
Not together, but you know, yeah, you can drink it together both at the same time if you want, but that's not my style.
Yeah.
But I always imagine like you get to an age where you start drinking beer, you start drinking coffee, and then like, okay, now you're a grown up. But then I grew up a little bit and I started drinking coffee. At first, I hated the taste, and after a little while, the effects of coffee, that caffeine, started to be the reason why I drink coffee. And after some time, I started to add little things to it, like some sugar and some creamer, and then it actually could taste good. But it took a long while before I got to that point.
Yeah, I grew up in a house of coffee drinkers. I love the smell of coffee in the morning.
Smells great.
I love it.
Yeah, it smells great.
Yeah, I never took to drinking it though, and it was just one of those strange things. I think that I think for the most part in a Latino household, people usually tend to drink coffee con su pancito dulce or something like that. But for some strange reason, I never took to drinking coffee. I don't necessarily dislike coffee, but I just it's not something that I feel I have to wake up in the morning and have. Unlike some people, I know some people that just, my mom gets headaches if she doesn't have.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And yeah, so
That's true.
and I never took to it. Yeah. G?
I'm kind of the same way. I didn't start drinking coffee till about maybe 3 years ago. But my household, or my parents' household, there was coffee with everything at night. They even drink it at night, and it's just crazy to me that they can go to sleep right after that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
But I started drinking it about 3 years ago when I started working at 4 a.m, and it was just like I had to chug it before I wasn't even awake yet, and had to just start drinking it. And after a while, it became 2-3 cups, and then try to slow it down after that, though. When you realize that.
No, yeah.
It's addictive, man.
Yeah.
It really is. I feel like I started drinking coffee once I got into college. So a lot of it's not good to put all-nighters. Like, you can definitely do it if you manage your time better. But I don't know, I guess just being younger and just being in my early 20s and, studying with friends late at night, like, coffee is just there. It's like very communal. So I kind of just took to that, for anyone that went to Davis, you probably went to Dutch Bros all the time. So, and that was like a thing to do. You're bored like at midnight or 1 a.m, and then you go like to the Dutch Bros drive through. So I don't know. So I kind of tie like happy feelings with it, and that's why I like it. I love it. I like have to drink it every day.
Every day?
Every day.
Yeah. Honestly, I've started drinking it every day for the past few months, and I tried to stop a couple times. And that headache started coming. I'd be like, let me just have a little swig, let me just rinse it around my mouth
Just
a little bit.
just to ease the pain.
Just to bounce me back for the day. But yeah, no, it's like, man, like, you start to get dependent on it. And I don't like to be dependent on anything. So I tried cutting back, which I have. But I've been going back and forth off and on that wagon, It's bad. I don't know.
It's interesting you say that because I say every 3 months I stop drinking coffee for 2 weeks just to get my nervous system back to what it was. And it actually helps because I notice when my body needs coffee or 2 coffees in a day and it becomes more than usual. So maybe within every 3 months I stop drinking it for 2 weeks. And it actually helps. So if you guys feel like you're getting addicted to it, I think you should really try to do that.
What do you guys think? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
God, I lost my train of thought. Let me help that too. So I'm kind of on this health hype right now. I always have been. I usually keep I keep track with what I eat and stuff like that. But coffee is a potent source of healthy antioxidants, and I never really considered coffee being anything near something that your body would actually need, because I don't think of coffee as something that's coming out of the earth. You know what I'm saying? When I think of coffee, for some reason I think of Starbucks. Processed.
Yeah, that's true.
A huge chain of coffee chain and stuff like that. So I found that interesting.
Well, you do have a good point. Like there is other way to get the same benefits of coffee. If coffee isn't your thing, like you could definitely get it through drinking tea. Like I'm a huge tea drinker too. So if it's not tea, it's definitely coffee. But if you want that same caffeine boost and you want even more like health benefits, green tea is great. Jasmine tea is great. There are alternatives. Yeah, definitely. In coffee, there could definitely be too much of a good thing sometimes too. Yeah, it could just dehydrate you if you're not careful. I don't know. What are some of like the bad effects that you guys felt with coffee?
Like the headaches when you try to stop, that's one thing. But
Yeah.
I was looking at the comments just now, and I see I've never been to Dutch Bros, and everybody in the comments is like, "I love Dutch Bros."
Oh, wow.
I've never been there, so I don't know. I
That's
think
great.
I'm missing out on life or something. You guys talk to
it's
me.
a great.
So I actually had Dutch Bros for the first time this year, and every time I go to Reno, I go get Dutch Bros. They have
Okay.
all kinds of flavors. Not only coffee, but they also have smoothies, energy drinks mixed with fruit, and all kinds of things. So
I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah.
That's so true. And like, let's say if you really need to stay up late, right, and you're just like super tired, you can get the 911, and that has 9 shots in it.
What?
I don't advise
9
it.
shots.
You'll be up for like a whole day, but
Yeah.
yeah, that one's pretty crazy.
Does it ever make you crash though? Sort of like energy
Oh, for
drinks.
sure.
Is a
Yeah.
a big upper and downer?
from what I've experienced, and I've kind of just testing it out from kind of seeing what my body does, I've noticed when I put sugar and maybe creamer, it'll bring me down quicker as opposed to me just drinking the black coffee. I feel like it'll smooth down my energy instead of just crashing. That's just my experience. I don't know about you guys.
I typically drink my coffee black, like just black, nothing in it, just the coffee. I say I do that because it's healthier,
Yeah.
Obviously sugar and creamer and stuff, there's a lot of calories and stuff.
Yeah.
Gotta watch my figure, you know what I'm saying? But
It ain't easy, man. Me and G were just talking about, man. Now you gotta stretch nowadays and stuff. Man, I've been dealing with the same injury for like 2 months now, and it would have been easy peasy.
we ain't spring chickens no more.
See, I think the pros and cons about what you just said is drinking it black. I do it because it brings me down slower. However, I feel like it becomes more addicting when you drink it black coffee as opposed to mixing it a little bit. You kind of dilute it a little bit when you mix it. So kind of has its pros and cons. Yeah.
Tastes better when you mix it.
Yeah.
When I want to allow myself a little treat, then I'll throw some creamer in there, or I'll go and pick up one from a store where they actually throw all kind of stuff in it and make it all fancy. Frappe, latte, lapo, too. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, definitely. I like coffee with oat milk. I don't know if you've tried oat milk.
Nuh-uh.
Like,
I've
okay,
tried
so
that before.
soy it's like better than almond milk. Almond milk and coffee just doesn't mix for me. Soy tastes better, right? But then oat milk came out, and I feel like it like changed the game. It just like perfectly replaces the creaminess of like, actual
Pasteurized regular milk.
Yeah, it is so good. So I like that and a little bit of sugar. I like it nice and sweet.
See,
So-
you're knocking the way I drink my coffee. See, I do almond milk, and just because I
Okay.
can't drink regular milk because it messes my stomach up. But yeah, almond milk for me it works right now. So
milk is good.
Yeah, I was just thinking some people in the comments were saying like the first time you drink coffee or something like that. My first memory of drinking coffee, I was at a meeting. I was at a staff meeting. I was working at a school and I was so tired. So I was like, man, they got coffee here for us. Let me get a little sip of this. I poured a big cup and I made it through that meeting and I was like active, engaged and all that. I was like, oh, this is what
You
coffee.
did it.
No wonder why everybody's drinking coffee. It was eye opening for me. But after that, I didn't really like right away start drinking coffee all the time. It's just kind of gradually, like I said, you get to that age, you're like, okay, time to break out the coffee.
Man, people start so young. Like I noticed that Hispanic families, they start pretty young. Like they give babies coffee.
Oh,
Like my
Yeah.
boyfriend's son, for example, he's 3 years old, right? This boy loves coffee. We went out to like this local coffee shop in Hercules, and so I get an iced coffee. My boyfriend gets an iced coffee, and I got his son like a little hot cocoa. And he like takes a sip of the hot cocoa, and he's like, No, I want that. Like he pointed to the iced coffee. That boy chugged the whole iced coffee.
Wow. Was he wired after?
I mean, he's always wired, so it doesn't really.
It's in his DNA.
Yeah. So why do you guys think coffee like is the average amount of coffee people drink a day?
I'll tell you what it shouldn't be. More than 4 cups of coffee a day is linked to early death. So it shouldn't be more than 4
All right,
cups.
okay, I'm
really?
good. I'm in the clear.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I gotta be careful.
So I was reading something that said people spend about an average of $20 a week on coffee. Does that sound about right for you guys? I think it
For me, you know, it's weird. Well, most of my coffee I'm making at home. I'm brewing at home. You know,
Yeah.
honestly, I haven't really tracked or budgeted that. That's something that's
Yeah.
part of groceries. So I don't really count that separately from our groceries. But you know, if I buy like a $15 like little, what do you call it? I buy my coffee ground, so it's already ground and it's, you know, ready to be made, a little pot at the house. So I don't know, whatever that cost of that bag is.
It makes sense, yeah, because I do the same thing. But now thinking when I was first drinking it, it's about right $4 or $3 each time, 5 days a week. I think more people drink Monday through Friday, but that's just my opinion.
I
Yeah.
feel like if I had to guess, I do a mix of both. I do go to local coffee shops around me, and I do buy it in store as well. I feel like you know those little half a pound bag or whatever. I feel like those last me about a week and a half, 2 weeks, I'd say. But then again, there's like multiple people drinking it, so I'd say like I'll probably buy 2 or 3 of those a month. So that's like $30, I'd say, and plus going to a coffee place, I'd average like 2 to 3 times a week, like just for that. So I feel like that's pretty accurate. That's pretty close. Yeah. I had to average it out.
You know, besides the whole dying with the,
You know,
with the
that-
4 coffee and drinking, you know, 4 cups a day. Coffee or caffeine provides a short-term memory boost. Coffee may help protect against cognitive decline. Coffee is healthy for your heart. Coffee may help curb certain cancers. Coffee may lessen your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. I'm assuming sugarless coffee. And your liver loves coffee.
Oh, well, okay.
So
I
it
know
does,
that.
and I'm pretty sure that has to do with the antioxidants. But yeah, a lot of health benefits with coffee, which is what one of our viewers said. All in moderation, you know. I guess everything, right? Everything in moderation. It's good for you.
Yeah, and I especially think that's the case if you don't put a bunch of like sugar and creamer. Don't be like me.
Don't be like Diana.
Yeah, don't be like me. So what is the best coffee you guys have ever had? Can you think of it? Or if you
Okay.
don't like let's say you don't buy coffee, the best hot cocoa or the best green tea, the best smoothie from a local shop ever, anywhere in the country, it doesn't matter.
Best chocolate milk.
Best
Best
chocolate.
Best chocolate milk for John.
I don't have to go with Nesquik out the tin can, 1987 tin can Nesquik.
Wow.
Strawberry. Honestly, man, I can't even remember the last time I even bought like a milkshake or a smoothie or hot chocolate anywhere.
Real health nut, man.
I just, then water and
That's the real adult drink right there.
Wow,
I just
yeah.
make all my, I just blend all my greens and drink that every morning and evening.
Dang, you're super healthy then. So not even Jamba Juice?
Nah, I've had it before, but I can't remember the
Okay,
last time
okay.
I've ever. And I don't have a favorite.
That's pretty
So-
good. Not even a juice bar?
Not even a juice bar. If let's just say, all right, my favorite Kerns
Kerns.
is strawberry banana.
Oh, curds.
Kerns.
Strawberry banana
That's
curd.
yep.
You know what coffee I really like? I think I went there with you once, Diana. Is that what's that place? They got all the different mole, Los Moles, and they got that coffee with the cinnamon in it. What talking about?
Red Bay Cafe.
Yeah, Café de Olla.
Yeah, that's
If
it
you
right
guys have not gone to
That's
Los
good.
Moles and tried the Café de Olla, please go do so. It's
That's
so
some good
good. It's so cheap. Like, yeah, they always have it there, especially if you go on the weekends. That's like they have it in a huge pot, a huge olla. So and they have it by the ladle. Yeah, so those are really good for sure.
Oh, you could
Forget
drink.
about
You
that.
could leave that place wired,
Local
ready to
shop.
take over the world.
That is so true. After our meeting, I was like, I probably had like 4 or 5 cups of coffee continuously because we were there for a long time. We were there like 2 or 3 hours.
Yeah.
And so I had like maybe 4 or 5 like big cups too, and I was wired, and I felt super dehydrated after it. It was so bad.
It's crazy.
It's good.
I would say my favorite is Pete's Coffee. I mean, it's not local, but I mean it is local.
It is local, yeah.
But the way it is now, it's so spread out. However, I started off drinking coffee with Starbucks, and after that, it just felt like watered down. And then they opened Pete's Coffee right across the street from me, and I started getting their what they call nitro cold brew. It's straight off the tap, no ice or anything, and it's just so strong.
Nitro. It sounds like it's really strong.
It keeps me going throughout the whole day. So
you don't want the regular stuff. You want nitrous. Nitrous oxide. But I was just thinking, like, you know how I was thinking like beer and coffee. I thought of those as adult drinks when I was younger.
Yeah.
Really, John knocked out the ballpark when he said water. That's all he drinks. Man, that's the real adult drink right there. Drink your water.
That truly is.
Not too much water either. Apparently, that's the thing too.
That's true.
Everything in moderation.
See, that's funny. A lot of people, when they wake up, they drink their coffee. Like him, pretty healthy. I like to drink my water first, and then I'll go to the coffee. Just kind of hydrate myself. Because the coffee will dehydrate you. And sleeping for 8 hours, no water, and drink coffee, you'll be extremely dehydrated, which is why people are tired in the morning. So
that's actually something I do too. Like I like to drink water and then coffee and then water again. Like I'm drinking water right now. I like to do that because I feel like if you drink too much coffee continuously, it's fine drinking 4 cups or 3 cups, whatever you want to drink a day. But if you drink it like one after the other, I feel like it makes your breath stink. Is that weird?
No, you're right.
And it makes you feel kind of like dehydrated and a little like not lightheaded per se, but yeah, like, you know, it's just too much back to back. So it is, you don't get that at all if you're like water, coffee, water.
Yeah,
that really does help.
I completely agree with you because what coffee does, it dehydrates you, right? So then people feel like, oh, I'm tired, and it's most of the time it's just because you're dehydrated. So when you wake up, drink that water first, get everything going in your system, and then once you drink that coffee, I feel like it's just you're just ready to roll, you know. And it's not like you're forcing that coffee in to wake you up. You're kind of already on the roll, and it just
is that sort of like a typical thing for most people? Like, have you guys tried that, or is that just how Gio's body works? And everybody takes to it differently. So is that something that you guys have tried?
Like coffee, water, coffee?
Yeah, like coffee or water, coffee, water.
I definitely do that, but I didn't start doing that till like this year. I didn't start doing that till recently, but that's because I just noticed like, oh, I don't want, you know how like I just don't want my breath to stink. I don't want like to get that like coffee feel like.
I've never tried that with coffee, but that's something I try to do when I'm drinking alcohol. Drink water.
That's true.
Water. Drink water.
Much like coffee, the sweeter your drinks are, the worse you can get, right?
So drink it straight if you do.
I'm looking at these comments, it's going crazy right now.
One water first, then coffee.
I've never tried a Vietnamese cold brew from Red Bay, but I think I need to try that. Have any of you ever tried that?
I actually have tried. I think it's the same thing. Is that it's like super sweet, and it's some type of condensed milk, if I'm not mistaken. It's delicious. I've only had it like a couple times before.
Everyone's saying it's the best. I don't know. I might have to try that.
Can you write that down, please?
Turkish coffee. So with Turkish coffee, I have a sort of a dilemma there. Okay. Is it Turkish coffee or is it Greek coffee? Who took it from who? That's a big debate.
I didn't even know the difference.
They go back and forth because I think they're the same thing, but some claim it to be Greek.
What makes it like Greek or Turkish? Like what is it?
I think it was because it was actually first. Yeah, I'll probably butcher this, but I think it's because of the Ottoman Empire and how they cross pollinated with Greece and the Greeks, and it was lost in translation when all that mixture happened.
What's the composition of like the coffee though? Is it like sweet? Is it super dark? Is it?
Beats me.
If someone knows,
Yeah,
comment
so
down.
somebody had
Yeah, I
mentioned
wanna
Turkish
know.
coffee, so maybe they know.
Yeah.
Once again, that's all I know about coffee.
Somebody said,
Everything else, I'm
somebody said you got to be careful when drinking coffee. You might have to run to the bathroom.
Yeah.
yeah. You
Oh,
It's
wow.
true.
might get
Let's
the
talk
BGs.
about that.
Oh
Like,
man, well I build up tolerance, so
So you fortified
doesn't
stuff.
mean it can't happen, but yeah.
Bulletproofed.
Yeah.
So like I was saying, you know, I was
Cody.
saying I drink water then the coffee. It gets your system going in a good way. So an hour later, I feel like everything's out of my system from the day before,
Yeah.
and I'm good to roll. You know. But here's an interesting fact that I found out, and I didn't know just by researching more about coffee. That did you guys know dark roast has less caffeine than light roast?
I've
Oh,
heard that.
yeah.
I've heard that.
And I didn't know that just until like a couple days ago.
Yeah.
And it's because when they roast it, more of the caffeine comes out. Am I right?
Ah,
Is
so
that-
it's
is
the
that what it is?
process that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
You know what? I wanted to mention too. I had bought this really cheap bag of coffee. I think it was like Maxwell's House or something. I just got it, and that was like the only thing they had. I just grabbed it. Man, it was so bad. It was terrible. It tasted like dirt. Oh man, it
Some
was
soil.
man, you can't just get anything when you're getting coffee. You got to go with what you know, man, for real, because you could end up with one of those dirt tasting Maxwell House bags.
You know what's like a super cheap coffee, but it's always like a huge hit at like all the Latino parties? It's Nescafe.
Ness.
I swear, like that's the drink that you know tias or moms they go to, even like grandmas they go to, especially when the party's over and you know like when the older people are left talking and stuff. They always whip out the Nescafe, and it's
The
super
Nescafe,
cheap.
yeah.
Yeah, like.
The
But
Ness.
it's good, yeah. And you just like dissolve it in water, and
Nintendo Entertainment
Instant.
System. I didn't know they.
yeah. If you guys didn't know that,
Nobody got that joke.
Uh,
Ness.
Wait,
Ness.
I completely
You blacked out.
went over my head. What was it?
Nintendo Entertainment System. Was it was the original?
yes, I got you.
Yes,
I got
you
you.
got it?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Give
know
it.
what, I know what
NES.
Nintendo is. I've had three brothers.
And
yeah.
yes, SNES and NES.
Yeah.
So I mean, you know, for those who are watching, we are going to give away a gift card for $10 to a local coffee shop. And speaking of local, I want to shout out a few local businesses. Let me go ahead and bring this thing up real quick. All right, first I want to shout out Majestic Lashes. Check out the IG at Majestic Lashes __. She has classic, hybrid, and volume sets, and also lash lifts. Check out her IG for her prices and more details. She is a very good friend of mine. She's an excellent human being, and now she's also a certified lash technician.
Nice.
I have struggle saying that word. So check out her IG, Majestic Lashes with a few underscores. It'll pop up. She is from Richmond, and get your quarantine lashes fixed and hooked up. All right.
Damn.
Okay. Don't act like you don't need a little bit of help there in that department. Also, Pearly White's Mobile, started by a great friend of mine and also an excellent human being. They come to you. All right. A Pearly White's is a mobile teeth whitening service here in the Bay Area. Listen, step your teeth game up. All right, guys.
After drinking all this coffee,
After drinking that
Like yellow
coffee,
teeth, yeah, that's
you're
a
gonna
must.
go ahead and you're gonna go ahead and hit them up. All right, and they're gonna get you right. Everybody should feel proud of and comfortable with their smile. I had my teeth whitened a while back. It instantly boosted my confidence, so I know that by personal experience. So check out their IG at Pearly_Whites_mobile on IG, or visit the World Wide Web at www.pearlywhitesmobile.com.
You know, that's so true that you bring it up. Like, not everybody wants braces, not everyone needs braces, and you know, but you can always get your teeth whitened, and that will instantly, you know, make your smile just like beam. I'm a big Crest White Strips person, but I'm gonna check out this mobile. It seems pretty
Yeah.
convenient.
No, I've done both. I've done the Crest whitening strips. Worked. They worked.
Yeah.
I did whitening, and that also worked. The difference is whether you want to spend 10 days putting on the whitening strips for an hour or however long.
Yeah,
I think
it
different
goes
ones
away.
come.
It goes away too.
Right, and
Yeah.
it gets your teeth a little bit sensitive, so that's the thing that I dislike. So that's why I tried the whitening. This is a while back, and they both kind of did the same job as far as whitening goes, but the whitening, when you go into actually like a professional atmosphere, is it's like 40 minutes, you're done, and it doesn't really mess with your teeth too much. Your gums are fine after 5 minutes. So that's a difference there. That they both work, but I think it's more convenient to do the whitening strips. It's a little bit. It's about around the same price though. It's around the same price. So.
Oh,
Just
that's
depends
pretty
on how you wanna
good.
do it.
Yeah, because I know Zoom whitening or the other professional ones, they're so expensive. They're
Yeah, you
like
can get up there.
yeah, they're pretty pricey. Yeah.
So yeah, and then speaking of local businesses, all right, support your local coffee shops. Benefits of supporting local businesses is strengthening your local economy. You create more jobs, you reduce environmental impacts, you lower your taxes, and you improve your family's health as well. And also a fun fact, for every $100 you spend on local businesses, $68 will stay in that community. So that's one thing that people don't really like myself. I didn't know those statistics, but that's fucking amazing. It's great.
That's so true. So does anyone want to mention any local coffee shops around the area? I'm sure like people would appreciate.
Yeah, we got the gift card right here from Catahoula. So man, like I just got some the Lola blend they got right there. That's the real deal stuff right there. Got a little oomph to it, so it's gonna make you get some energy. So that's a good one. It tastes good too. But yeah, that's the one that I think that I would like to shout out. That's my place.
So what's crazy is I finally researched it, right? And I was like, this name looks so familiar. And it's right across the street from where I live, literally a block away. And I was passing it up every time I would go run to the lake. And the employees are real friendly. Every time I pass by, they say hi. I'm like, well, these guys are really chipper today. I don't know if it's the coffee, but yeah, it's crazy how you guys mentioned it. And it's like literally right around the corner. And I live in Berkeley, so
It's so true. Like, this isn't sponsored, by the way. We're really speaking from the heart. Like, Catahoula is really, really good. Personally, I like the Tres Hermanas blend. It's really, really good, especially French press. It's like nice and strong. Put some oat milk, some sugar. So good. So you mentioned the Lola blend. I think that one's like the sweeter blend of them. And then, have you had a chance to try it out?
no, I haven't. But my sister-in-law was she would go get this one called Mexi Coffee or something like that.
Yeah, the Mexican mocha.
And that looked good. Like they put some chocolate syrup around the cup, and then from there, I don't know what kind of coffee they put in there, but looks like it's really good. She'd always get it. So
Yeah, I like. That's actually one of the few shops where I'll just get like a straight up coffee and not a latte, because I'm a big latte drinker. I love vanilla lattes, but there I really do like the taste of the actual coffee. Like it's just so good. It's like so fresh. Has anyone ever heard of East Bay Coffee? That's another local one. That's not sponsored. It's just good.
Oh, that reminds me. There's a place in Oakland near where I work called Cosecha. It's a restaurant, but they also have a horchata latte that you can get.
So good.
Yeah, you got to try that. That's bomb.
I think I've had that. I want to say I had it in Reno, but it sounds good, and I'm pretty sure I had it.
Yeah, it's exactly like it sounds. It's a horchata with a latte on top. Yeah, it's bomb.
Yeah, I've tried. I've had an horchata latte. Oh, you know who has it? Pete's Coffee. Pete's Coffee. Yeah.
Maybe that's it.
You knocked it for being a corporation.
Yeah.
It is a corporation.
Yeah.
But for those of you who don't know, it started in Berkeley.
Yeah.
The original shop is on Vine. I think it's Walnut and Vine in Berkeley. So I pass by there like all the time. So that's like the very first shop. Now it's like this big thing, but yeah, they're saying is no weak coffee because it really isn't weak. That shit is strong.
Yeah.
It's so strong.
So now that they've gotten that big, do you still support them? Or should you support them?
I
course.
still like Pete's. I drink Pete's often.
Yeah.
That's one of my go-tos.
Does anybody else call them Pedros, or is it just my friend that's weird like that?
Pedro?
Yeah,
I call them Pete's.
you know, he used to work at Wells Fargo. My boy Lalo,
Yeah.
he used to go to Pete's, and he was like, "Hey, let's go to Pedro's." I was like, "Yeah, that's kind of cool." You know, I thought it was a known thing, but I guess it's just his dumb ass. Well, there you go.
So, why do you guys think it's good to buy local? So, branching away from coffee, right? Let's talk about local mom and pop shops. You know, maybe they have one or two businesses, but usually they're in the one business, family owned, family run type of thing. Why do you guys think it's important? Or why, more specifically, is it important to you?
You know, whenever I buy from a small business, I feel like I'm supporting that family, that person, you know, the kids. It's like I could see where the money's going, rather than when you spend money on like one of these corporations. It's kind of just like sometimes there's these CEOs that are like billionaires or millionaires, and it's kind of harder to be happy about helping them, you know, get richer.
For me, I like supporting local businesses because I have a DJ business that I run, and I like, just for example, when I work with my clients, it's more of a one-on-one. When you go to these shops, I feel that you get to know these people who work there more. It's the same people. For example, I don't know if I'm sure you guys been to Angelo's. You see the same people working there all the
My
time.
mom used to work there.
And they talk to you like they know you. And it's just like with any local business, they start talking to you like they know you, and you know, you feel comfortable there. And that's one of the biggest things with businesses, making people feel comfortable and, you know, want them to spend the money, and it comes back in, you know what I mean? It's a cycle.
Yeah, definitely. Says here, local businesses are more likely to utilize other local businesses such as banks, service providers, and farms. So it keeps it all in the family. And also, I think that for the most part, you know, Somo and Geo, you know, sort of hit the nail right on the head there. I think they just care a little bit more. You know, I think that they have a little bit, you know, they have a little bit more sense of pride when it comes to the product, as opposed to going to a McDonald's, you know, where it's just sort of in an assembly line, as opposed to, you know, spending a little extra TLC on making your burger, making your coffee. So I think that, you know, when it comes to that, there's better quality when it comes to local mom and pops. You know, they're usually sourced locally as well too, which is pretty cool. Yeah. You know, you get fresher stuff.
Yeah, I agree with all that stuff 100%. But sometimes I do run into the small issue of like sometimes the mom and pops are like almost priced out, where you could find the same type of products on Amazon at maybe 1/2 or less the cost. Like if I'm looking for, say, a greeting card, and I could buy a whole pack of greeting cards for $1, or I could buy one greeting card from one of these other mom and pop shops selling greeting cards for like $7-8. And so sometimes it's hard having to pick and choose. But if you're on a budget, and if you don't got it like that, sometimes you got to do that. How do you guys feel about that?
There's a conflict right there, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Living in a capitalist world, you have to take those factors into consideration.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So if you, like, let's say you don't have the funds, because it is true, a lot of the times local businesses, you know, they have to mark up the price, you know, to compensate for rent or, you know, their expenses just to stay afloat. Sometimes it is a lot easier to just buy from a bigger corporation because it's cheaper. If, you know, you don't have the funds to buy something organic or local, by all means, you know, we're not demonizing you for shopping at Amazon. I'm pretty sure everyone here has shopped at Amazon at some point in their life. But if you have the option to support your local businesses, that dollar is going to be reinvested like back into the community tenfold when you do shop locally. So for example, a local business that moving forward works with a lot of the times is Las Montañas. Las Montañas spends, you know, thousands over time. They've spent thousands of dollars supporting our organization, which then in turn supports directly to people going to college or vocational schools or, you know, to universities, 4 universities, it's all a cycle. Like it goes directly back into that, you know? So how does everybody here feel about that?
Yeah, no, I think it's important, you know, and like even like Lupe, she's commenting right now. I bought gift card or greeting cards from her. She got a little greeting card business, and so I bought from her before, and those are really cool. But sometimes I can't buy every greeting card I ever buy from somebody from a small mom and pop. That's a lot of cards. I'm sending out cards all the time, and so I gotta kind of spread it out a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that at all, for sure.
I think for as far as me, sometimes it might not be just that it might be a little more expensive or a little more cheaper. I think sometimes just with all these places, the convenience, like the
Most
McDonald's, there's around that corner. So I mean, it's easier to get to as opposed to these mom and pop shops that sometimes are open from, you know, maybe 8 to 2 o'clock or, you know, just different hours. I mean, but when I do have time, maybe like on the weekends, I like to go to those places more often than I do during the week, just because I'm on a bigger, you know, or faster paced schedule, you know.
Yeah, that makes I agree with you. I've made those decisions before.
Yeah, and you know, man, with all this going on with COVID, like Theo Vaughn calls it, man, it's going to be incremental for us to help out these, if we can, like Jana says, if you have the extra buck to put in to mom and pops, because it's rough out there right now.
Yeah.
For the local businesses, it's really rough. Even with a little bit of help of the government, you know, they're trying to stop the bleeding, not get it, but you know, there's a lot of tangibles in there.
Yeah, most definitely. And moving forward always supports local businesses. We always shop local. We, for example, we just placed our order for our 5K t-shirts with Left Side Printing, who we've went to every year for our 5K t-shirts. Whatever else we can get locally, we try and do that.
Definitely. Got somebody here that says, hey, what does it say? Have y'all had Baker pastries yet?
Yeah. I have actually.
Pastry
Baker.
and coffee, right?
Wait, is it starter? Is it starter baker?
You know what? It doesn't say. She's, you know, Juan Ramirez said, have y'all tried Baker pastries? I'm not sure if that's a French way of saying it. I should know, but third way.
Juan Ramirez.
Yeah.
Actually, never mind.
Yeah, but usually, you know, pastry goes hand in hand with coffee, right? Or you guys just straight coffee and takers?
I try and just do coffee. You know, honestly, I drink my coffee black for health reasons, and I try to avoid pastries all the same. But
At all costs, yeah.
but there's a huge but. I mean, you gotta live life a little bit. You can't just be on that straight and narrow all the time. So it definitely tastes good together.
What about Herc? What about Hercules?
Herc's on a strict diet. You know, he's a bodybuilder.
Yeah, man. I ran into your dog twice, and you know, does he have a lot of energy? Is he a big dog with a lot of energy?
Yeah, big dog with a lot of energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot.
Yeah.
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 That's so true.
Big Herc.
Yeah.
He doesn't really drink too much coffee himself, but he you know, if I drink enough coffee, I keep up with him. So.
Okay, cool. So it's more of a it's more to your benefit than it is at that point.
I feel like the only time I'll get, because I like to get lattes, as I said, if I do go to a coffee shop. So because I get a latte and it's, you know, it has sugar and stuff, I feel super guilty getting pastries. So then I usually just skip on the pastries. The only exception is like, let's say if my friend or, well, it doesn't matter, my boyfriend, they have like a pastry, I'll like take a bite or something, you know? That's like when I like to get pastries. Or if it's a road trip, I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. I'm not going to feel guilty. So when it comes to stuff like that, then yeah.
I'm over here taking notes right now on all these different places I got to check out in our comments.
Yeah,
I didn't realize. I did go to Al Garage though. Al Garage, and I just noticed that they have a actual store now. I remember they were just like doing like little pop up shops, but now they actually have a restaurant storefront over on McDonald.
What is it? What type of food?
Is
Birria tacos.
Yeah.
Birria tacos. Yeah.
Yeah, those are all the rage right now.
I know.
Birria taco?
Yeah.
Oh,
And you don't even eat meat, John. So
And
what
those
are they gonna
lines
do?
are long. From what I've seen, I've never been myself, but just off the social media, those lines stretch about a block just to get some.
They got the
Yeah.
guess videos, right?
Yeah.
It's
I
like
haven't tried that. That sounds good though. Quesadilla?
It does sound good.
They look good on camera. That's the
Yeah.
thing. They look so good on
Yeah.
all the grease dripping off of
Yeah.
them. It looks really. They're really photogenic. Those
I know,
tacos
right?
are photogenic.
Yeah.
So, man.
Well, I've had some when they did the market over here by the horse track. But I could only eat
Public
two.
market?
Yeah, just because they're so dipped in grease, you know.
Yeah.
They are good, but I can only eat so much. You know,
Yeah.
once you start feeling that grease.
They were at Armistice
Yeah.
for a little while, so I
Yeah.
tried them there.
Yeah.
They're good.
Oh, Armistice is another good place.
Armistice
Not
Brewery.
sponsored,
Yeah.
but they have. My brother loves beer, right? So he gets like this. I think it's called a stout or something. It's coffee and beer mixed. It's an IPA, I believe. So I don't know. There's something for everyone there. Armistice is good though.
Yeah, they have some good stuff there.
Yeah, definitely.
I've been there one time. Right? I think
Yeah.
we had
I
our
went there with you once.
Christmas get together.
Yeah, we had a Christmas get together there. Yeah, good
Yeah.
times.
They let your dog
Covered up
in.
quick too.
That's pretty convenient too. You could bring a little puppy in there, whatever.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I'm also seeing some other places in here. Like, man, I got to follow. I think it's Baker Richmond at Baker Richmond. I'm about to follow this Instagram page,
Okay, cool.
and that's Juan Ramirez on there. No relation. I met him once. We were at a staff training together, and I was like, "Dude, that's my dad's name." I was like, "Dad, what?" And then I realized, okay, well, that's Juan Ramirez. Like, okay,
All right. No relation.
no relation, but that's a cool dude. Shout out Juan.
I'm not big on pastries like you said either, but there's always somebody in the family that or somebody you know that loves pastries. For me, my grandpa would like it, and then from there pass on to my brother. So my brother every weekend or midweek when he's off, he gets donuts and he gets like the whole box, and it's just there like eyeballing you the whole time. And I'm always forced to get one, and it's only when he's around that I get it. So
And I was lucky enough to never develop a sweet tooth either, guys. So no coffee, no pastries for me.
Man,
Yeah, I used to give away my candy when I was a kid, like in Halloween. Like,
Wow.
on Halloween time, I had all the friends. Dude, they used to be like, I used to have a backpack full of candy and just hand them out.
Wow.
I used to do
Dang.
that.
That's
I just
crazy.
never took to it.
Dang,
Man.
you were never a child.
Dang.
Just
Never a
grown,
child.
grown man. Just
Yeah, I just don't play, bro.
Yeah.
I had to quit recess because I don't play.
oh man,
nothing but Wheaties, huh?
Nah, bro.
you know. Now
Um,
that we're talking about pastries, can someone shout out Food Barn? So good.
Food Barn does have a really good selection right there.
good. Yeah.
But we got some people in here talking about the tacos. They want to talk about the tacos. They said
okay.
La Santa Torta is the spot that Giselle Huerta prefers. She says that's the spot to go
Oh.
Man,
for the tacos.
I pass there 4 or 5 times a week. That's that Costco, the place by Costco.
Yeah, I've seen it.
I never even, it's the Puerto Rican spot. Like I never even bothered to glance until you had said that. Oh, it's by Costco.
Costco.
Yeah, that had a line itself too.
Mm-hmm.
It's right in front of Costco. It's like a little mobile spot.
okay.
Yeah, just two. There's two. The other one I forget what it's called, but I mean, if you see a line out, then most likely.
Yeah, these little pop-up food stands have been popping up crazy, and I think like social media, Instagram, and stuff has really helped propel those businesses to be able to get a good amount of customers.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, if you market it right, a lot of these people are, have that one-on-one with locals, so they start booming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Juan Ramirez called John a unicorn. He doesn't drink coffee.
That's a good one. I didn't see that.
Well,
No.
what is the name of that food truck that stopped by one of the 5K last year? It was so good. I can't remember the name, but they like post where they're gonna be at, and then they show up. It's like soul food almost, I'd say.
Yeah. It's
Damn, I can't. Man, I wish I remembered
chicken.
the name.
It's
like fried chicken, and they have.
what's it called?
so
Someone in the
good.
comments, let us know that fried chicken place.
Which one?
The fried chicken place
It's
on
like-
Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh,
Loaded chicken.
Loaded chicken.
yes,
yes.
Man, you gotta check out Loaded Chicken.
That's the spot.
It's so good. It's
Loaded
so
chicken
good.
is good.
I actually tried a local place today. Now that you're talking about chicken, it's not in Richmond, but it is in Oakland. Hot Boys. It was okay.
Oh yeah, I heard about
Yeah,
that.
Hot
it was-
Boys?
yeah. So I tried it for the first time, and though they messed up my order because they didn't put the fries in there, it's no biggie, but it was pretty good. Yeah.
That's kind of a biggie though. Fries are like
Yeah.
the best part.
That's why I had to say, no biggie, but you know.
And that's what brings the whole world together for us.
It's something cool about local businesses is it brings a sense of creativity to the neighborhood, you know.
Yeah.
So it not necessarily with food, well, although there could be specialty shops and, you know, flavored matcha drinks that are rainbow or whatever. It does bring a sense of like artistic value to the community. So I'll give you another example that isn't food related, and we've mentioned this before, like Rich City Rides. You know, they bring something dynamic, something new to the scene. So that's why we're saying it's really good to support locally, and it just like really just expands your options and just broadens you.
Yeah, that's like Urban Tilth, our fiscal sponsor. They actually do like those boxes, vegetable and fruit boxes that they'll deliver to your house, I think on a weekly or bi-monthly basis, and you could get locally grown fruit and vegetables. I haven't done it yet. They were on back order, like they were sold out of their boxes the last I checked, but hopefully they're able to fulfill more orders so that they can get more locally grown stuff.
And piggybacking from what Diana said, at Rich City Rides, I'm not sure if you guys know where it's at. It's right across the street from the BART station, right?
Yeah, right there.
Before that, it was just a rundown building. You know, it was a sort of a thrift shop back, I remember, way back, and then it closed down, and it was just empty and just kind of a waste of space. You know, so somebody stepped in, a local owner, and it looks good now. Like, you know, it's just a small piece of Richmond, but just, you know, it makes a difference now. You know, I used to take BART every day and just walk by there, and it was you get a whole different feel. So it looks better, it looks nicer, you know, so environmentally is better. You know, it leaves us a better carbon footprint on the planet as well. So that's another thing to take into consideration. And now you see more kids around, you know, you see more kids around with their bikes. That's
Poppin'
all.
wheelies.
You know, and you know, doing sort of the stuff that we used to do back in the day. Now since that got there, you know, so it does have an effect. And although it might have a little bit more of a markup price to it, you still get that homie vibe.
They give away a lot of bikes too. Shout out Najari and Nakari.
Okay,
that's my folks over there.
They're not twins or anything, are they?
No. Names are close, but not twins.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and fun fact, you know, they pay property taxes, anyone that owns the local businesses, and that goes right back into the city. That goes into infrastructure.
Oh, yeah.
That goes into supporting fire departments and hospitals and road work. So that's what we mean by when you buy local, how like your dollar stretches a whole lot further than when you buy from like major corporations. So, because yeah, you'll get the good, but then that won't like go back into the economy and reinvigorate the economy the way it would with local businesses. And that also feeds back into, you know, the younger crowd, 16, 17, 18-year-olds that are looking for their first jobs. Typically local mom and pop shops are the first, you know, term of employment. I know that's the case for me. What about you guys?
Well, I mean, small businesses employ 77 million Americans.
Wow.
And accounted for 65% of all new jobs over the past 17 years. So definitely, that's, you know, my first job was Pollo Loco.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was just my case. But it seems like there's millions of other cases that say otherwise.
What about you guys? What was your first
My
job?
first job, I worked at Nystrom Elementary School. I was a high school tutor. So that was my first job. So I guess that's a little different, but kind of.
Yeah, you're still in the ballpark.
Yeah.
My first job was, I want to say it was Toys R Us during the Christmas season.
Your seasonal?
And that was, man, it got me ready for the next job.
Get you ready for any job.
Yeah.
Any Christmas rush. Get you ready for any job.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. My first job. Dang. What? I can't even remember the name anymore. It's a grocery store in El Sobrante. Dang. What's the name of that grocery
Rayleigh's?
shop? No, not Rayleigh's. It's a local one.
You got
Well,
me.
that was my
I
first
like official. Yeah.
Yeah,
What?
I had other jobs before that, before Newstrom, but that was my first like actual paycheck type job.
Okay.
The other jobs were like under the table type jobs, like
Selling
things like that.
T-shirts.
Whatever I could do, you know.
I remember. You were a young entrepreneur in high school.
Yeah, man. Even in like middle school, like I would do like what was that? I was like a florist. I worked with a florist. It was like in middle school,
Well, there
putting
you
together
go.
bouquets and stuff.
I didn't know
I
that.
would get a lot of tips doing that.
Dang, on somehow you could definitely
Yeah,
help out when it comes to events and stuff. Put together the bouquet.
Nah, I retired. I retired a long time ago.
Wow, that's so funny.
Retired.
Actually, my very first job, which was in high school, this was weekends. It was actually working with my mom. My mom has a local business. She like does hair for a living, and yeah, so that's what I did. So that was my first job, and then official paycheck job. I think it's called Mi Tierra, but it's like a local Mexican. It's called Mi Tierra, right?
They have one. If it's the same one that they have in Berkeley.
No, they're competitors.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Oh no, it is.
It is right off University.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and they have a.
They have two shops. Yeah.
Yeah, they have Mexican food in the back. Oh, the burritos are cheap and they're good. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So
we had a whole conversation about the best taco.
Yeah, I wanted to hop in on that. Yeah, two episodes ago, right?
It was, yeah.
I was just thinking, like, what's the last thing I bought that was local? I think it was a burrito
Was it?
You gotta go local.
yesterday or something. Like that.
You can't go corporate with those.
yeah, it freaks me
You can go
out.
to Chipotle for a burrito? Nah, you tripping.
Only for bowl.
Breakfast burrito from McDonald's if you want.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, people are like diehard Taco Bell, and
Oh,
I'm like,
no.
why are you diehard Taco Bell? And
no.
then there's like these bomb ass like food
Yeah.
trucks, like Mexican food trucks. Go to I don't know, like
Any other one.
anyone get a
You can go to Taco
quesadilla.
Bell.
I'd rather like eat a quesadilla at home, seriously,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and put like
Whatever.
just like anything in there, then get nasty Taco Bell. I
Yeah,
mean,
Taco
I know
Bell's
people
trash.
are gonna talk shit in the comments, but
I don't think I have any diehard Taco Bell.
I hope not.
I'm not, but you know what? I do crave Taco Bell maybe like once a year, maybe. But it's not something that I'm a diehard. I need to go get a Taco Bell right now
Yeah.
for the week. No.
I had food poisoning once, maybe like 12, 15 years ago at Taco Bell. I haven't been back since. I swear. That's it. That was it for me.
I'm like that with Burger King.
Yeah.
That's those things about those corporate,
Yeah, you never
companies.
know you're going to get a bad one.
I've only had Taco Bell one time in my life.
Wow.
Ever. And I remember too, the last time I was in 3rd grade coming back from a field trip with my
You got a
dad.
good memory, bro.
He was like a chaperone and we were coming back from the snow and he's like, okay, like we're gonna go to Taco Bell. I got nachos from there. And that's how I got. I'm like, I guess when you grow up around Mexican food, it's just always there. So even buying Mexican food, I'm like, I'll just get some at home. You know, it's not like a thing, but if I do, like, I'd much rather get tacos from a really good from La Flor or something, you know?
Yeah.
Really good.
Yeah, but at the same, on the other side of that coin, I would say Taco Bell started as a local shop too, probably, which I'm pretty sure even back then at your 3rd grade level, it was probably better, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But now it's obviously a huge, massive
Yeah.
chain. But we are wrapping up here, guys. Anybody have any shout outs or anything that you want to get out before we wrap it up?
Well, if you have not completed your U.S. Census 2020 U.S. Census, make sure you do that. It's very important. Up to $20,000 per person over the course of the next 10 years can be allocated for each person. So we got to make sure that we get our right amount for our county. So please, if you need help with it, reach out. We can help you.
Yeah. And I wish I would have written down the information. There was a huge, God, I don't want to say grant, 'cause I don't think it's a grant, but it has to do with solar panels. Now you can, if you are approved to get solar panels on your house, and a lot of that's information I can get to you guys if you guys hit me on on Instagram at the J Channel. But essentially, is if you qualify to get approved for the solar panels, they even put some money in your bank. I think it's about $1,000. And the reason why I know this is because we got that done in my mom's house a while back. They hit us up about, I want to say about 6 months ago, about half a year ago, and had us all individually make a video, and we sent it to them to get the approval from the state of California to get the money to do exactly this. So they got oh my God, I'm butchering this, but essentially is if you are approved, if you qualify for this program or whatever it is, which I'm gonna have more information, I promise, next episode. You can get money in your pocket, and then you can also conserve or save money on your monthly electricity bill, and also leave less of a carbon footprint on the planet. And I will have more information, I promise, next episode. Yeah.
With that being said, thank you everybody for joining us today. Please, if you haven't already, comment down below and, shout out your favorite local business, coffee shop, whatever the case is. I'm pass over to Chansama.
Let's give away this coffee card. I know people are in here waiting for this gift card. So
Okay.
Let's see. I'm thinking of a number. I'm about to write it down on this piece of paper, and I want you between the numbers of 1 and 14, or one. We have 14 viewers. Comment your number. I'm gonna give you 1 minute. So if you don't comment, you're out. Whoever gets closest or gets the number wins.
While you guys do that, I'm gonna shout out while you guys put your numbers, La Sagrada Familia here giving us the space once again. Extremely grateful for having this space. The church La Iglesia está localizado en 600 South 16th Street, Richmond, California. Es una iglesia latina. Por si en caso quieren más detalles sobre eso, sobre la misa y todo lo que hacemos, con lo que ofrecemos la iglesia, por favor, mándenme un mensaje en mi Instagram at thejchannel.com. And also I want to give a shout out to Marco for giving us the footage for the intro and for hitting up the board again. Thank you very much, Marco. And Don Watts for the beats for our intro. Majestic Lashes at Majestic Lashes on IG and Pearly White's mobile.
Well, John got that radio voice, man. I knew to go spend some money.
Pearly White's mobile. Get your teeth fixed. Get your lashes fixed. Get it all fixed here, right here at IG with us.
All right, you guys, can you see that? That's the winner right there. Number five got it. And so I think that's McCoy D. And I'm 99% sure, or at least a high percentage sure, that's Duran McCoy. I think so.
Is that Duran McCoy?
I think it is. I mean,
Nah.
It's hard to tell by the name of it. Duran, is that you?
Is that my boy Duran?
The one
Last
known.
I checked, he was living out of state, but I'm still gonna hook you up.
Yep.
Oh man.
I'm still gonna hook you up with the gift card. I don't know how we're gonna make this happen, but let's figure this out, and we're gonna get you this gift card.
Hey,
you can
Duran.
maybe give it to somebody that lives out here if you want to, or whenever you make a trip back down here, you could try out this local coffee place and give a try to some coffee. I saw that you didn't drink coffee regularly, but hopefully this isn't the gateway to it. I don't want to be that guy. All right, don't blame it on me.
Duran used to be swole. Remember last time? I think
Yeah.
last time I checked,
He probably still is.
he was out.
Yep. So
Yeah,
thank you
man.
all for tuning in, and tune in every Wednesday, 7 p.m.
7 p.m.
right here on YouTube.
All right. See y'all later.